Okay.
And
You sung Patty's version?
there's like 5 rounds before you get to see, the main judges of American Idol, okay? You have to go through 5 rounds. So that was the first one. So I sing, I'm done, and the girl looks at me and she's like, "Oh my God." And she's like, "Your voice is freaking amazing." Like, oh, I'm serious.
I'm sorry, but when you said
God.
that, I just thought, Becky, look at her butt was going to follow behind that.
So I'm just like, oh my God. I'm like, well, thank you so much. And she was like, well, your voice is freaking amazing, but we already have someone like you.
Whoa.
So I'm sorry. Bye.
Wow.
And that's how that went. And a friend of mine told me, when you're doing these auditions, they have scouts that are out there. You don't know they're out there.
Right.
Scouts that are out there, and they're kind of looking for people that they think can sing, and then more importantly, that they want to be able to puppet. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
That's so. My friend was like, "Listen, they didn't pick you because they just realized that they couldn't puppet you, girl. You're strong. You're your own woman." I was like, "They didn't pick me because I suck." Like, so upset. But doing all of that, man, we could talk forever. I've done a lot of auditions. Some I've got picked for, some I haven't. But it's definitely given me a thicker skin. And again, if this is what you want to do, being in this business is cutthroat.
Right.
You gotta have thick skin.
Right.
You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
You almost have to be your everything. You've got to be your songwriter and your composer and your manager and your A&R and you've got to be all of those things.
Right.
Because you just can't. It's very hard. It's very hard to trust. It's very hard to trust. So, yeah. Ooh, I'm just thinking of all these stories, child. Please.
So, Chanda, coming from a manager's perspective, would you ever suggest to your client to go on one of these shows just to get exposure, or would you?
Yes, I would.
You would do it just for the exposure, right? Okay.
Yes, I would. Let's see. I think I've auditioned for American Idol twice.
Mm-hmm.
The Voice, when they came to Philadelphia, I auditioned as well. And other things. I would definitely say yes. You need that. You need someone to. Okay, say you're this like amazing, awesome singer. Everybody just thinks you're dope, right?
Right.
You need that reality check. You need that all those 4 people to be like, "Oh my God, you're amazing," and then you need that 5th person to be like, "You all right?" You all right?
Right.
You looking at that 5th person like, didn't you just hear them other 4 people say I was amazing?
Right. That's hilarious.
You need that. This is just what I believe. But you need to be humble.
Right.
I don't care who you are. I'm serious. I don't care who you are. You need to be humble about your gift, about your skill, because you don't have to have it. There's a lot of people in this world who have freaking amazing voices.
Right.
You know what I mean? And I will tell you, it's not always about being the best singer in the room. Janet Jackson, who I love, Janet Rhythm Nation, who I just, so much respect to you, Janet. If you're even listening, I love you.
Right.
But Janet is not, and she does never proclaim to be, Whitney.
Right.
Nor, you see what I'm saying?
Because she's Janet.
But she is she has she's a good voice. She's an amazing performer. She is super humble and graceful and grateful, and you know what I mean, and all of those things that make you love Janet. You know what I mean? Like, we love Janet, like, just looking at her, she's gorgeous, and then she's got the great songs, but what really draws you in is her personally. You know what I mean? I think it's very important. Your I just think it's important to be humble about your gifts. You don't have to have them.
I think with Janet, though, I think she's a little special because some of us remember her from like Good Times and things like that. So, you know, so
but that's another thing I say about being like, she's a real, true performer. I'm sure somewhere along the way, someone was like, Janet, your voice is okay. She was like, whatever. You know what I mean?
Yeah, because I don't think she was the one of the people that was picked to be one of the singer, the daughters. You know, I think it was one of the other ones.
I don't think so. No, she wasn't.
Yeah. Because
I think Joe and Rebe and LaToya to be more of the singers than Janet was.
Yeah,
but Janet has stage presence, and her performance is really great. You know, so that helps her get over.
Right.
So Chanda, let me ask you this real quick. You watch YouTube, you watch social media and stuff like that.
I'm addicted to YouTube.
So could you give us a little? You know how you see that people become social media. They become social media famous and YouTube famous, but they don't go far. You know, so could you talk about the pros and cons of that, opposed to getting with a label and just staying on YouTube or social media, or in that form?
I mean, first of all, I would say today, I think it's great actually that people can create their own platform.
Right.
You know what I mean, and get paid for it. Honestly. Right. A lot of record labels are sharks.
Right.
That's no surprise. That you want, for someone who is, I'm gonna say, just because there's so many people, but just because it's the first person that came to my mind, Justin Bieber. I think Justin Bieber got started on YouTube.
Yeah.
Yes, he did.
He did.
Yep.
I believe. So, you're singing, you're a singer, you're a songwriter. You want all of those credits to come to you.
Right.
There's nothing worse than creating something and then just having it taken from you. You don't have any control. Now you've got to pay to get your own stuff back. I think Taylor Swift is going through something like that.
Right.
She doesn't own any of her music, and I was like, what? Because she is a singer, songwriter, composer. You know what I mean? So now she's got to pay if she wants them, and of course she does. They are hers. She's going to have to pay all this money to get her own music back. And once you get to that point, it's like, ooh, that's sticky. So I'm all about, like I said, I watch YouTube all the time. I actually scout on there.
Mm-hmm.
I think it's a great idea, but if you're going to do it, once again, don't be, half butt about it. Be serious. Yeah, be serious. You know what I mean? Get the right cameras and the right lighting and the right microphone and the right background, and God forbid, wash your face.
Yeah, right.
And sleep out your eyes. Because I saw somebody the other day singing, and I was just like, what is going on? Like, she had on like that's okay, baby. She had on like a do-rag, and like her face wasn't washed, and her voice was crazy good. I mean, it was awesome. But for me, I wouldn't sign her. I'm just being honest. Presentation is really important to me. I'll take that back to my parents and crediting my parents, how they brought us up and just how you should present yourself, especially as a woman. So I was like, my God, I was so disappointed to see that. So yeah, be serious, because listen, it might be funny to you, but you are talking about being on a public platform.
Right.
Everybody watches YouTube. Right. You don't have to subscribe to people's channels to look
to
at
watch
them.
them.
People
Could
just
just pop up
through.
Mm-hmm.
So if I was doing something, I want someone to scroll through and be like, man. And I have something on YouTube. I don't even tell people about it. My mom was like, she's like, I can't believe you don't tell people that you have a video up on YouTube.
Oh yeah, I got to look that up.
But you got to look it up. I'm singing Somewhere Over the Rainbow.
Oh, okay, great.
Yeah, it's good. It's good.
Are you using your real name or are you using a stage name?
I'm using my real name.
Okay.
It's going to be under Chanda Cullars and Somewhere Over the Rainbow. and I performed that at Naked Chocolate, which I think they're closed now, but they were a dessert place right on the corner, down in Center City. I think it was like right on the corner of Lombard and something. But a girlfriend of mine, Dina, who you're talking about an amazing voice. Man, listen, I could talk forever. I know
we
most. Listen,
which is
I know
a good
some
thing.
Killer performers in Philadelphia. I know some killer singers, but so my friend Dina, that was her gig, and she asked me to sing with her, which is always an honor. I love singing with my friends. They're so super talented. So she asked me to sing, and she played the piano, and I did Somewhere Over the Rainbow, and that was that was an interesting night because so we had the show. I think we were supposed to go on around like 9 o'clock. So I just got my license, I think, or no, I had it for quite a while. So I'm like, okay, I'm picking everybody up. I pick everybody up. We're all dressed. We all look sharp. We decked out. I had my hair out. Sometimes I wear, what do you call them? The braids, the micros.
Okay.
So I had my real hair out, y'all. So it was all done and looking nice. Pouring down rain. Could not find a park close enough to the building. So I think we parked like 2 blocks away. By the time we walked in, one side of my hair was like an afro, and the other side was like straight, right? So it wasn't that bad, but it was like seriously puffy. You're like, oh, she got caught in the rain, and she don't have no perm. So, I'm like, oh my God. So, but you got to get up there. You got to get up there and sing, of course.
Right.
So I just remember literally when we walked in the door, I think she just announced me, hey, it's Chanda Cullars. And I was like, oh, okay. You know what I mean? And it's stuff like that I talk, being professional. You don't have time. I didn't have time to be like, oh, you got to wait. I got to go to the bathroom and get it together because this is not my show. This is not my time. This is my friend's gig. You know what I mean?
Right.
It's not about me. So I was just like, well, God, just don't let my hair puff up anymore. You know what I mean? I really was. I was like, just let it kind of look normal, and I went on and, did what I had to do, but, yeah.
Yeah, so, Chanda, we like you said, we can go on and on, but...
Oh, my God, please.
But, we're going to most definitely have you on again. Most definitely. You might end up being like our third host or something.
Yeah, because you have, and you talk about...
This is my nice interview. I was like super nervous at first, and then I'm like, okay, I got this, but child, I got a lot to talk about.
We see.
Important topics. You know
Plus,
what I'm saying?
you say you're shy. You say that you're sy. I don't see that you're shy. I think you were very comfortable. I think everything went well.
Thank you very much.
So you did great.
Right.
And like Reese said, yeah, you definitely can come back and sit down with us.
Yeah.
And we can chat about a lot of different things because I have a lot of other questions about other things, but we can save that for another show.
Yeah.
Cool.
But it was very, very interesting. And like I said, I was so glad to hear about Reese's past. Some things he keeps from me.
Yeah, you got to talk about it. I learned.
Exactly.
I actually learned from Reese. You got to talk about stuff. He said that to me. He was like, what are you doing? I haven't seen you put anything up. I haven't seen you post anything.
Right.
So I'm like, and I don't. Sometimes I talk, and then sometimes I'm like, I don't want to. But I think sometimes it's good to let people know, what you got going on.
Right. Exactly.
Yeah.
So before we cut loose, Chanda, is there anybody that you'd like to give a shout out to? Would you like to give our listeners, our neighborhood? I don't like to say followers and stuff,
right?
But I always say listeners and people who are part of our community. We think of them as our neighbors.
Right.
And would you like to give them your any social media accounts that you'd like them to follow you on, or anything that you'd like to say?
That is interesting you said that. I am in the process right now of getting all of my public social media stuff together. Everything is still private right now. I am on... Nope, that's all still private. So, yeah, I'm in the process of, switching, making everything business. So when I have all of that, most definitely you guys will be the first, so we can get it out there to the people.
Right. We will get it out there as fast as we get it.
YouTube check me out on YouTube. Yes, please.
And what's